Yeah, just hanging out in the dark here. I don't know why there's no sound.
Hear a little bit. It sounds like we're hearing it through your headphones or something.
Yeah, it was loud as shit in my headphones.
Okay, then we're hearing your headphones.
Yeah. I don't know. It's always something.
Blame it on Mercury. Blame it on the super C-class solar flare we just had. Blame it on operator error. Now you're just muted. I hear nothing. Not now. Not now. What'd you do right when it happened? What were you trying to undo? Whatever was wrong with the headphone mixer thing? Just undo what you just did. Fire truck. Olive juice. No. Nope. What's the little button? Mm-mm. I know, fuck. What's that screen that's up still? Is that a share screen still up? Maybe that's overriding something. Take it down. Can you or no? Is it? No. It worked in sound check, guys. It was weird. You're just like doing something, and all of a sudden there was like a little noise, and you were just gone. We're talking about blaming Mercury and all that stuff. I jinxed it. Yeah, I was gonna say pop out and come back in. Or the storm. Hey, Heather, Christina, and Janice L. Else. Oh, there he is. I hear him.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yay!
Yeah, go out and come back in. Hey, and all of a sudden it works. Go figure.
Reset.
Jesus, man. It really shouldn't be that hard, but whatever. Is what it is.
What she said.
Yeah. No, it's supposed to be that hard, but
not after 4 hours.
No. If it is after 4 hours, seek medical attention immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Or make a movie, one or the other.
Just open an OnlyFans real fast.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know. That was my monologue. That was tremendous, wasn't it? So let me do one thing real quick, just to see if the normal. It's just the normal noises in here. What album's that off of?
I don't know, but something's been draining the hell out of my batteries the past 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
my phone, these batteries, I'll put double A's in my candlelight thing. 3 days later, I have to put new batteries in that again.
Yep.
It's like something is draining shit fast. And it's not just like my iPhone because, and they said, yeah, an update 6.4 or 16.4, whatever, caused people's phones to drain the charge faster. But this has just been a few weeks.
Tell me if you hear music real quick. Okay. All right. We're back on track. Only took 15 minutes. First 15 minutes of the show.
Well, plus we were 5 minutes late.
Yeah. Now I don't even know what I was doing. Blame it on the tropical storm. Yeah, it's got, I don't know. Blame it on my computer.
Blame it. What was that song? Blame it on the rain?
Yeah, something like that. No sound. Okay, we got sound. We got video. We got video sound. So I guess we're good to go.
A Red Bull.
A what?
A Red Bull.
Ah. I'm drinking a ice peach nectarine 0 sugar. Not anymore.
What was it? Oh, was it a Buble?
No. It was one of them there. Ice sparkling. It was very sparkling.
Was it very refreshing?
Yeah, it's too sweet though. Some kind of sickeningly sweet sweetener in it.
My. Yeah, they're trying to link artificial sweeteners, blood clots again. Right in time for COVID season and the jabbing. It's not the artificial sweeteners, my dear, and it's not from chicken eggs either.
Those eggs are bad for you. No, they're not bad for you. No, the eggs are bad for you. Oh, I had a good one today. I had a doctor's appointment with my nutritionist. Yeah, well, that kind of went over like a turd in a punch bowl when I told her what I was doing. She said, I can't do that. You can't do that. You won't get enough vitamins and nutrients and fiber in your body just eating protein. I said, but I feel good. My blood work's good. Everything's good. My blood sugar's good. My blood pressure's good. I'm not taking medicine anymore. Yeah, but you can't do that.
It means you're doing something right.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, I see the road splitting.
And there's been so much talk about like vitamin D3 and how like they totally tell us like the amounts they tell us we're supposed to take is basically equivalent to a minute 20 seconds in the sun, and we should be having like thousands more like than they even say. And then you take it with the K, whatever, it's supposed to help soak it in more. And then there's this other stuff you take with the calcium. It all works like together. And there's a lot of talk from like Dr. Campbell and Dr. Berg and like these people saying vitamin D prevents all sorts of stuff and helps all sorts of stuff. Like there's not enough being said on it. They don't study it because it's cheap and it's not worth their while. But take the vitamin DK and lots of it.
Vitamin D.
See, and the good thing is you do go out. I spend a lot of time in the light. I go outside too, but I'm usually like more of a vampire, so I don't get like as much vitamin D from the sun.
Yeah.
But that's why, they have you block the top skin cancer, but they're really trying to block the vitamin D because it's got so many benefits to it.
Yeah.
But there's just been a ton of videos about therapeutic vitamins and all these different like things you could be doing that could be really helping fight cancer and do all this without having to take all these big drugs.
Yeah.
Didn't he say last time, oh, your medicine must be working good?
That's what my doctor said. Yeah.
And you're like, that's funny.
Yeah. And I told the nutritionist that, I was like, she's like, because I told her what I was doing. I told her I wasn't taking the medicine. And at first she was like, well, if you've only not been taking it for a week or two, you can't really go off your blood work. I'm like, no. It's been like a couple of months, 2 to 3 months. I haven't been taking it now. And she was like, oh, did you tell your doctor that? And I said, well, I tried to, but he started freaking out. And he wants me to just take more and more medicine, just up the dose more and more. And I said, to be honest, the last time I was there, I saw myself not coming back here anymore. She's like, well, you have to communicate with your doctor. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's one-sided communication because he doesn't want to listen to anything, that
I have one. I'm going to have to do that too. And I'm dreading it.
She's like, well, I'm putting all this in the notes, so he's going to know it now. And I'm like, oh boy, cool.
And that's where the problem comes in. That's how they abused their power and got me kicked out of my center by my house because I'm in the Stanford system. And then once the doctor saw I was going to complain about another doctor, he looked at me on the thing like I was you were going to complain. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Wouldn't see me because of it. I have to go all the way to Castro Valley. And it's like the sign filled with a lane. Like, what are you writing on that chart? Like, that shit's for real. And now they can drop you for anything.
Yeah.
You can refuse treatment. Like, I don't want the brain altering sleep medicine. And they can drop me for refusing a treatment suggestion.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, that, like Craig says, most doctors don't do, they don't learn stuff after med school. And she brought that up because I told her, I said, my doctor never once would talk to me about diet, nutrition, anything like that. I said, I had to ask for a referral to talk to a nutritionist because my doctor his answer was more pills, more drugs. And she's like, well, doctors go to school for a long time. And the whole time they're in school, they only study nutrition a very little bit and they don't go further. And I said, yeah. I said, now I'm talking to you as a nutritionist. Have you researched the carnivore diet at all? And she's like, well, I don't really know anything about it other than you're telling me you're just eating protein. And I can't agree with that. And I'm like, so you haven't researched it. So you're just like my doctor. You've only learned so far and you refuse to go another step. So, yeah.
And I know that you're onto something because like these doctors I'm talking about, they actually are very big. One of them, I can't remember if it's Berg or Sunil. One of them is very big on fasting and every once in a while, like complete like body fasting. And then like some of it's like a keto type thing, but not quite keto. So there's like these different things, but it's basically the same concepts of removing these certain things for certain amounts of time.
Yep.
And they all have shown to have different really good like cancer fighting benefits and other benefits. I mean, do we know sugar? Cancer eats that up like hell.
Yeah.
They showed sugar on a petri dish, and the cancer went after like you wouldn't believe. Which means like if you have cancer, you don't have no sugar. Like don't feed it. Like that's what it feeds on.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good book, Craig. I've read that one. I audio booked it. But yeah. Yeah, doctors, man.
That's what I'm doing, Christina. Like I looked up what the side effects and stuff was, so I'm like pretending to be on a certain medication, and then I'm just getting to a certain amount of time, and then I'm gonna say like the side effects are catching up to to like let myself wean off it. In reality, I still have all of it under my counter, so it looks like, because otherwise they're like, wait, how come you're not taking like this anymore? Well, you must be cured then if you're not taking this. No, I'm not taking this because the benefits don't outweigh the risks, and
Yeah.
I'd rather suffer with the problem than the side effects.
Exactly. Yeah, Craig, that's what I told her this morning too, and she was just like, "Oh, you've got to cut the fats out, and you need to eat black beans, and you need to eat carbs." And I'm just like, it ended with setting another appointment up for 6 months from now, and she's like, "When I see you in 6 months, I want to see that you've lost more weight, and you need to tell me all the vegetables and everything you're eating." And I said, "Okay, I'll see you in 6 months, and I'm going to probably continue doing what I'm doing, even though you're telling me I can't do that. So in 6 months, either you're going to be right or I'm going to be right."
She's one of the food pyramid type people, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which they proved a long time ago isn't actually what it was made up to be.
Yeah. So, yeah, just another dead
I'm
end.
sure we have to battle these people, man. Like I have anxiety every time I have to go in. Like I have to psych myself up. I have an appointment in 2 weeks. I'm scared to go. Like I see her name pop up in my messages. I have to delete it just because seeing it causes me anxiety. Because I'm so tired of dealing with this crap with the medical.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I went, I went ahead and took the appointment. I kept the appointment just because it was a nutritionist, and I thought on the outside chance maybe she'll be kind of open-minded, or maybe she's got some experience with this diet, and I was completely wrong. She kind of just went along with me and kept asking me questions about it, and then told me everything I was doing was wrong. And I'm like, well, it's working for me, so it can't be totally wrong. Maybe wrong in your eyes, but you ain't the boss of me, lady. So I just said, we'll see in 6 months. I'll keep that appointment. Either you're going to be right and I'm going to be a miserable bag of shit, or I'm going to be feeling great and have lost a shitload of weight, and you're going to have to fucking suck it.
Exactly, Linda. I just saw her comment about the geoengineering. You're gonna have to suck it. I've been noticing your skin looks really good to me. Like in your pictures, your face seems healthier. Like your skin seems healthier.
Yeah, it has gotten better. Yeah, I was telling her, I was like, I get up in the morning, I feel great. I don't feel like I've had shit beat out of me all night long. She was bitching because I don't get enough sleep and I eat dinner too late, which, you know, I could kind of agree with her on that. But, you know, told her I feel better. My blood pressure's good. My blood sugar's good. My A1C's way down, and it continues to come down. You know, aches and pains are gone. You know, mentally and physically, I feel better. I got more energy. And she's telling me, well, you can't survive on what you're doing. Okay, biatch, I'm going to prove you wrong. Because I've been surviving just fine for the last 3 months and feeling better every day. Go figure. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I don't know. My problem is I'm dealing with doctors. I just need to go away. She said, well, try eating a little less bacon and replace it with black beans in the morning. I'm like, yeah, obviously you don't understand the diet I'm doing.
What's up with her and black beans?
Even though I just told you what I'm doing and explained it to you, it was in one ear and out the other. Can't survive on that. I got a shirt that says another day carnivore, and I'm not dead from vitamin deficiency yet.
You know what? I got vitamin deficiency when I was such a hardcore vegetarian back in high school. Like, I completely weeded like everything out you could. And it was like strictly vegetables. Even like the lettuce I had wasn't like nutrient. Anyway, I was so pale. I was fainting. I was trying to take supplements to make up for stuff. I was very, very thin. I was like 110 pounds, but I was not healthy.
Yeah.
And I needed protein.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and I mean, I used to eat beans. I love black beans, you know. Like I said, I've been to Costa Rica a million times, and I mean, that's a staple down there. Black beans and rice with fish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm good. I could eat that every day. I don't have any problem with that. I like it, you know, but that's not what I'm doing right now. And yeah, I could eat them in the morning. I can make an omelet and put black beans in there with fish or whatever in the morning, and I'm totally good with that. Except that's just not, you know, not what I'm doing right now. And the foreseeable future. But yeah, I'm doing good so far. You know, it's weird. My niece was a hardcore vegetarian for a long time. And growing up, you know, that's just, my brother was a vegetarian for 40 years. And he's not anymore. He doesn't eat a lot of steak or pork or anything, but he eats fish and chicken. And my nephew is eating a lot of meat. He's not doing the carnivore diet, but he's kind of doing it's a version of it, just not as hardcore. But my niece, she was trying to get pregnant, couldn't get pregnant, was going to all these doctors, and she finally went to a holistic doctor over in Orlando or somewhere, I think. And bottom line is they told her to start eating meat.
Because it throws your cycle and all your girly stuff off.
She started eating meat, and next thing you know, she was pregnant and had a perfectly healthy baby boy. So, you know, everybody's different. Exactly, Gary.
Yeah.
I saw a shirt that said, I'm a, what did it say? I'm a second, I forget exactly what it said. I'm a second generation vegetarian. My food eats all the grass.
Oh, that's funny. And I eat a little mix of everything. I love fruit and vegetable and rice
Yeah.
and beans. And I'll eat little bits of meat, like just depending what it is, here and there. When I feel like I need it. I listen to mostly my body cravings when I crave something.
Yeah.
It's usually something I'm needing. And so I eat what my body thinks I need.
Yeah. Plant-based steak. Exactly.
I shouldn't be drinking Red Bulls. Plant-based steak. Yeah, 3D printed steak.
Ugh. That's what's crazy about this deal is I don't have cravings for anything like that anymore. It's weird. Like before, I would get these insane cravings for like a big salad or like fruit.
Or watermelon.
Watermelon. I used to eat watermelon. Like I could eat a whole freaking watermelon. Not in one sitting, but you know, over a few days. Or eat these huge big salads or, you know, vegetables. I would get these cravings for sometimes rice and beans, you know, fish, chicken. But now I don't have cravings for any of that anymore. It's weird. It's like this thing like mentally like unscrews your head or something. I don't know. Weird. Works for me though.
It's probably satisfying what your body needs. And everybody's bodies are different and need different things. And you have, you know, different things going on with you, you know, from things that you've mentioned, like with bone and with, you know, surgeries that you need, like certain stuff. And you need, and when your body's naturally trying to continuously heal itself and work on itself, it probably is drawing more of that out. So it could be like helping you more than like it would help me, say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know how you do it, man.
What's that?
I don't even know how you do it, man.
Do what?
Just keep on going and going. You say, I know you say you have to go, just can't stop, but you're always going. You are one motivated mother.
I try to, you know, but when I crash hard. So, but I don't sleep. I mean, I'll, you know, get off here at 2 a.m. I'll go to bed at 3. I'll be up at 7:30.
I admire the hell out of it. That's why it's like when you say, "Oh, I didn't do anything all day," like don't feel bad. Like your body, you know, needs to rest once in a while, but you go out and do so much.
Yeah.
Like every day, I'm just envious of that. You get me motivated sometimes.
Yeah, the nutritionist today, she was like, you know, well, you're eating all this meat, but how's your energy level? And I was like, it's freaking great. She's like, but what do you do? And I was like, well, you know, I ride a bike, I walk on the beach, I walk my dog, I play disc golf every weekend. You know, I walk 2 to 3 miles doing that. I'm working out in the sun, you know, doing woodworking stuff. I do this, I do that, you know. She's like,
mowing your lawns and yard work.
Yeah, no seed oils, none of that here. Got rid of all that.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, it keeps me busy.
Yeah, usually in the face.
What is that? Idle minds or something? I don't know what it.
Idle hands make them idle mind.
Something like that. I stay busy, you know, and not to mention, you know, like losing my dog. I'm like, what am I going to sit around the house and be a mopey sack of shit? No.
Oh, yeah, that's when you gotta just do shit.
Yeah, go fishing, go out there and work, and helps keep your mind off of all the bullshit in life that you got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we talked about too, was stress, and she was like, how do you deal with your stress? And I'm like, well, I play there it is. That's what I was thinking of. Like I play music, I play music or I listen to music every day. I'm listening to music all day long, every day. So that's a huge stress reliever. I play music in a band, which is a huge stress reliever. I go to the beach and go fishing, which is my like zone time, just being on the beach, being in the ocean, being in the sand, being in the sun. Like, what do you do? Bet I de-stress more than she does.
And you know what I do at night? I walk a few miles
Yeah.
every night and then sit in the nature and watch the owls and just chill with the moon.
Yep.
I can't remember where it is. Japan. Was that on here? We're talking about how they prescribe the forest for like anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to go out at night, and that's my centering and my spot. Of course, if I was still down on the coast across the street from my beach, I would be doing, things a little differently too. But this is what I have here, and the pool or salt bath.
Yeah.
But definitely the walks in nature. And some nights I don't even know how many miles I walk, because like I'll go do my whole route and then it's like, screw it, let's just go back the other way. Just 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
The world's asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Little boxes.
Let's see.
Yeah, I better start with one because I think I have a couple extra than you. And then I added one. Oh, it's the monument, the new Stonehenge. Scientists have found a 12,000-year-old monument, and it turns out it may be humanity's oldest calendar. There's another one somewhere else, and another one I think they found underwater. And so now I want a map, like seeing where these different, like clocks or whatever they are set up.
Yeah, I saw the one they found underwater. We're talking about it could be the lost city of Atlantis, maybe. I don't know if that's the same one.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, because I thought, wasn't there something like that underwater they had just found, and then another one like this somewhere else where they dug it up, right? And they're like, oh, it looks like another type of a Stonehenge.
Yeah.
So kind of like how we have, the certain points on the ley lines and the like Mount Shasta and all that.
Yep.
I'm wondering, in conjunction with each other, where all of these now will line up in retrospect to each other. An ancient monument discovered in Turkey may just be an ancient monument, but if its markings are what experts think they are, it might be the world's oldest solar calendar. In a study published on the work of researchers from the University of Edinburgh, experts write that markings in southern Turkey, a temple-like archaeological complex filled with intricately carved symbols, indicate the markings of a solar calendar that tracks days, seasons, and years. By analyzing the symbols carved into pillars, the team believes that every V could represent a single day, given that one pillar featured 365 days, and among those, the summer solace in particular was highlighted with a V worn around the neck of a bird-like beast meant to represent the summer solace constellation during that time. The calendar explanation could help explain why the V symbol appears on so many other nearby statues or deities linked to time and creation, with the V almost always showing up around the neck. The calendar's preoccupation with day, night, and seasonal changes may have sparked anew with the world-changing comet strike, one that experts believed occurred in roughly 10,850 BC and helped contribute to a mini ice age that eliminated numerous species. It appears that the inhabitants of Göbekli Tepe were keen observers of the sky, Martin Sweatman said in a statement, which is to be expected given their world had been devastated by a comet strike. The event might have triggered civilization by initiating a new religion and by motivating developments in agriculture to cope with the cold climate. Possibly their attempts to record what they saw are the first steps toward the development of writing millennia later. The carvings also track cycles for both the moon and the sun, which predate other calendar finds of this type by many millennia, the group wrote. By tracking the movements of meteors and the Earth, the ancient research may have also shown for the first time that comet strikes happen more when the Earth's orbit crosses the path of circling comet fragments, something modern-day researchers have proven. To help support this theory, the team points to another pillar at the site, appearing to picture the Taurid meteor stream lasting 27 days, which was quite possibly the source of the ancient comet strike. The researchers believe that the temple carvings show the ancient civilization was recording dates precisely, noting how the movement of the constellations across the skies differed based on the time of the year. This would be 10,000 years before Hipparchus of ancient Greece documented the wobble of the Earth's axis in 150 BC, making this newfound calendar well ahead of its time. So, I think it looks like a Stonehenge type thing.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Calendar of some sort.
Yeah. That or it's like Pet Cemetery.
Like the one in San Francisco that nobody knows how it got there.
Well, this isn't like paranormal or anything, but well, I mean, it could be. A young boy survives unscathed after a fall from a 16th floor window. Dad threw him out the window. There you go, fly. No, not really. This says a 4-year-old boy who hails from France not only survived the fall, but somehow avoided any serious injuries. The idea that anyone could survive unscathed after falling 43 meters from a high-rise window might sound ridiculous. Yet, this is exactly what happened in Arborville, France recently, when a young boy plummeted from a 16th floor window of an apartment block on May 26th. According to the reports, the boy, who suffers from autism, seemingly panicked after accidentally locking himself inside his own room. When his father was finally able to break down the door, he was greeted with the terrifying sight of an empty room and a window that was wide open. Looking down from the balcony, all he could see was his son lying on the ground far below. Miraculously, however, by the time he got down to the bottom floor, he found the boy not only very much alive, but seemingly none the worse for wear, despite a huge fall. His parents quickly took him to a local hospital where he was kept for observation, but apart from a small scratch on his leg and some other minor injuries, he seemed to be totally fine. Within days, he was back to school as though nothing had happened. He has resumed a completely normal life. Everything is fine, said his mother. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Like we were saying earlier, everybody's different, you know. Apparently, either this little kid had a guardian angel that softened his fall, or he's just a tough little weed whacker, one or the other. I don't know. Rubber boy, exactly. It's like cat, like a baby cat. Bones made of rubber. I don't know. Weird.
They say a cat can fall 20 stories, depending on like what they're landing on and how they land. But
have you seen that video of the cat that is like, it's like in an alley, and it runs up these steps and it's trying to jump from one building basically to the next, and it keeps falling, and it's like 20 feet down or so. I mean, it's a good ways. And the cat keeps falling and hitting the ground, running up the steps, jumping, falling, hitting the ground, running. It does it like a dozen times.
no.
Yeah.
They were showing a video. You know how they have like those apps you can get, the editing apps, and it makes it look like you're like standing over like a city or something, like on a beam or whatever. And they had one where they made it look like the cat was sitting on it, and people thought it was real and talking about, oh, the cat, you know, could survive, you know, that. I'm like, yeah, but there's water and like scaffolding down there, so it would either shatter on the water like glass or impale itself on that scaffolding. But yeah, and it's a fake video, and they even marked it with the AI tag.
Huh.
And people are still like, oh, it's real. Poor kitty called it.
Poor
Oh,
kitty.
you haven't broke danced in 40 years? Get out that cardboard.
Here it is. I think this is it.
Guys, welcome back to my channel.
Guys, welcome back to my channel.
I'm gonna be sad if I keep seeing this cat hit the ground though.
But he's like, doesn't even phase him.
I know, but it's gonna make me sad.
It looks like
You
he's
can
like,
show it. I just won't look.
let me see if I can get it to play. Okay, it's gonna play. Yeah, watch this cat, man. He's crazy. Boom. Oh shit.
It's not on.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
And he just keeps running up the steps and doing it again. Really wanted to get to the other building.
That's like determination.
Yeah, like brutal, but
I wonder why. Like, is this person over there? Does he not want to?
that was only a tenth of it. He does it like at least a dozen times. It's crazy.
Like, why do they say why he wants over there so bad?
Persistent cat keeps trying to leap up from stairs to roof like a Pecor Pro. It shows the white feline, blah, 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 blah. Reach the top of the stairways, tries to jump from the stairway to the other roof to a storage space a few feet away. But unable to make the long distance, it falls and hits a clothesline several times, lands on the ground. Surprisingly, rather than giving up, it runs back up the stairs as quickly as it did the first time to jump again, over and over and over. It doesn't say why. There was something over there. It was a winning lottery ticket. I don't know.
I just wanted the F out of there.
Maybe he was all hopped up on
Catnip. Well, this here, a scientist says humans will reach the singularity within 21 years. I don't think it's quite 21 years away.
Probably not.
You don't exactly become a world-renowned futurist by making safe predictions. While some of these past predictions haven't exactly come to pass, Back to the Future Part 2 specifically, these ideas help expand our thoughts on what exactly the future might look like. And no one makes futuristic predictions quite like Ray Kurzweil, an American computer scientist turned futurist. Ray has long believed that humanity is headed toward what's known as the singularity. When man and machine merge in 1999, he theorized that artificial general intelligence would be achieved once humanity could achieve a technology capable of 1 trillion calculations per second, which he pegged to occur in 2029. Experts at the time scoffed at the idea, figuring it'd be at least a century or more. But with his timeline only a few years off and talk of AGI spreading, that decades-old prediction is beginning to loom large. Now, in his new book published last month, The Singularity is Nearer, he doubles down on these ideas in the modern era of artificial intelligence. Not only is he sticking with his 5 years prediction, as he recently said in a TED Talk, he also believes that humans will achieve a million-fold intelligence by 2045, added by brain interferences formed with nanobots non-invasively inserted into our capillaries. We're going to be a combination of our natural intelligence and our cybernetic intelligence, he said with an interview. And it's all going to be rolled into one. We're going to expand intelligence by 1 million-fold by 2045. And it's going to deepen our awareness and our consciousness. Well, this idea subscribes to a merger more like a physical intervention to bridge the gap between man and machine. Other philosophers and AI experts agree that some form of merger is likely inevitable, and in some ways it's already beginning. In July, Oxford's two people both expounded on the hopeful and harrowing possibilities of our AI future. Both of them, a kind of synthesis appeared inevitable. I think that we are headed towards a hybrid future. We still believe that we are the only beings with a high level of consciousness. This is part of the whole journey, that we're not unique. We're not at the center. Of course, this brave new world of a hybrid AI human existence brings with it a plethora of issues, both political and personal. What will humans do for jobs? Could we possibly live forever? Would that change the very idea of what it means to be human? He, like many other futurists, are relatively optimistic on this front. In the same interview, he highlights the idea of a universal basic income as a necessity rather than a fringe idea currently supported in a more progressive circle. And AI will bring unprecedented advancements in medicine, meaning the very idea of immortality isn't out of the realm of possibility. In the early 2030s, we can expect to reach longevity escape velocity, where every year of life we lose through aging, we get back from scientific progress. And as we move past that, we'll actually get back more years. It isn't a solid guarantee of living forever. There's still accidents, but your probability of dying won't increase year to year. Just like Back to the Future 2 predicted flying cars, so too could these technology-fueled utopias crumble to dust as these dates inch closer and closer. But 25 years ago, he predicted we'd rapidly be approaching a major moment in humanity's technological history, or at the tail end of this decade. Currently, no evidence suggests the contrary. So, it goes along with how Soros is building that thing into the mountain, for the humanoids to come down and, I mean, they're really pushing this stuff. And I have another article of what Musk is putting out at the end or close to the end.
Yeah.
And they've been already working on this, so it could be a lot sooner.
So what if aliens, if they exist, which apparently some people say they do, what if they were humanoids? What if they were humans just like us, but they've already lived this? They've already been, assimilated, with nanotechnology and all kinds of AI and this and that. What if they're, they're saying now that all this AI, all this stuff that they could put in us, all these chips, everything's going to make us way smarter, way faster. We have the technology. We can rebuild them, What if aliens have already lived that life and that's what they are? What if they're, what if they're future versions of what we're going to be? I don't
That's
know.
why they're trying to stop us. Like, dudes, people.
Yeah, that's one rabbit hole to jump down.
Never know.
You never know. Somebody might know. I was listening to Dr. Stephen Greer earlier today, to this evening, and he was talking about nanotechnology and this RF chips and stuff that they can put. They're so small that they could be put in your food. You could eat them and never even know that you swallowed them.
Yep.
All the things that they can do, including mind manipulation.
And then go in your artery, all sorts of stuff.
Crazy. All that shit sounds like, it sounds like, a science fiction book, but how much of it's real? Sounds like a fairy tale.
Well, you can actually, I know people have actually gone to tattoo shops and had them chips put in. One girl, she also put magnets in all these different weird things under her arm to be like robot. But you gotta program your chip and it runs off the frequency of a garage door opener. But one of them was how she unlocked her gun safe, and another chip was, it's just like the chip on your ATM card.
Yeah.
She has another one on her other hand that did something important. And then something just happened recently where her hand got smashed and her cards got, the chips broke in her hand.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Not
Weird.
for me. People are going to be born, I've said for a while, screw the social security number. They're just going to, a dog dogs.
Yep.
They're just going to stick a chip in you.
Yep.
You probably already do when you're born in the vaccination, stick a little tracking chip in you, or.
And next thing you know, you're on a roof trying to shoot the president, and you didn't even know you did it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You can start getting the buzzing in your ears, and.
Yeah. Weird.
Haunt me, I dare you. Oh, wait. A list of people I want to haunt.
Ghost stories abound in one of London's most haunted tunnels.
Ooh.
Anybody drive through those tunnels, and it says not to honk your horn and, make excessive noise, and everybody's honking their horns and stuff. Everybody.
Yeah, we have them in San Francisco and Oakland, and first thing they do is lay on the horn.
Everybody, just loves to tempt fate, Well, East London's Blackwall Tunnel, which stretches underneath the Thames River, Thames River, however you say that, remains a hotspot for ghostly tales. Ghostly tales. There's something strange lurking in the tunnels beneath London's iconic river. That is, at least according to the reports of ghosts, phantom hitchhikers, and other weirdness encountered by the motorists over the years. According to one particularly well-known haunting tale, a motorcyclist was passing through Blackwall Tunnel and stopped to pick up a hitchhiker who had wanted to be dropped off at Leigh-on-Sea in Essex. The story goes that by the time the motorcyclist had reached the end of the tunnel, the mysterious passenger had completely disappeared. Curious, he later visited the address given to him by the hitchhiker and discovered that the man he supposedly picked up, in fact, had died in a motorcycle accident several years prior. According to reports, a motorcyclist had indeed died in a fatal crash in the tunnel back in 1960. Phantom sounds were also heard at the same location. The tunnel itself has certainly seen more than its fair share of tragedy over the years, with 7 men having died during its construction back at the tall end of the 19th century. Could their ghosts still haunt its dark interior? Haunted tunnels. Gotta love them.
Never know. Yeah. Tunnels, portals.
I remember, I'm from Florida, so we don't have that many tunnels around here. There's a couple little tiny ones. But I remember going to North Carolina as a kid, and my cousin, real cute girl who was a few years older than me, she was like, we got there and she was like, you want to go out and hang out with all of us, her and all her girlfriends. And I'm like, sure, why not? I'm not going to say no to that. So we all get in the car and we're cruising and we go in this tunnel and I see the signs, do not honk horn. First thing they're doing is honking the crap out of the horn. I'm like, don't y'all worry about like dying in these things? I didn't know anything about tunnels, that was my first tunnel experience. But yeah, they were freaking me out. It's like, but the sign said no. But every time we went through the tunnel for the next 2 weeks, they all blew the horn. So nobody died.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Well, not that I know. Maybe I did die and now I'm just a ghost. Maybe I
You're
died in
of our imagination.
Yeah,
No, you're just a ghost.
exactly. I'm a pigment of emancipation.
I just saw this tarot deck that fell down. I didn't even realize I had it. Tarot of the Dream Enchantress. I don't think. Oh, it's got the little thing on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't have like a book with it. So I'm assuming it's got different meanings for the cards, not, the typical Rider White. But yeah, it just fell down. I'm like, wait, where did that come from?
When you first said that, I thought you said, this turd just fell down. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, yeah, I got a Corpulite.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No?
No.
No.
Or I guess a cat could have crapped on my altar. That would have been that's possible. They yak up there. Nothing's sacred anymore.
No. Especially with cats.
Yeah.
Damn.
Had to find my dragon bloodstone underneath the thing yesterday. Because I knew they knocked something over and I couldn't find it. I didn't know which one was missing. And I'm like, oh, you guys.
My neighbor has you beat, though.
With cats?
She has 12 in her house and a couple more outside, and she feeds all the raccoons. And she has 3 or 4 dogs in there, too.
I don't envy her.
And she was like, I'm thinking about getting a puppy. And I'm like, you have a serious problem.
If you can afford it and afford to care for them, like when I never had problems with my animals, and so it wasn't a big deal to like take them on because it was like they would just die, get old when they were old and die naturally, and then all of a sudden, just it was like a rotating door, and then just certain batches started having all these problems, and it's gotten very expensive, and with prices the way they are, it's like you really got to think now before you take on the responsibility of all these animals is, are you going to be able to give them the right kind of life that they need? Like my sister just adopted another cat. She has 3. And, I'm talking about like, I can't take another rescue for a long time. Like I have 6. I really cannot take another rescue.
Yeah.
And then she just, was at the PetSmart, and they had adoption day. One little black kitten left, and she was feeling bad because all the stuff, going around about black cat. Anyway, she brought it home. And I'm just thinking, man, here we go.
Yep.
But again, I'm glad she adopted him. And if she can do that, then I'm glad the baby has a home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just got my hands so full that like I would love to have like sanctuaries everywhere and have so much disposable money. I could just pay people to like take care of all these centers and the animals, but I don't. And I have my hands so full with them. I feel like I'm neglecting them as it is. Like, and I take them to, vet all the time, but not like I would like to.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I'm neglecting them sometimes, and I'm doing what I can, or I choose their medical over my gas and my food.
Yeah.
But this one here is the one about the 1010 about the pilots. And when I typed in UFO, this article was showing up. These articles were showing up everywhere. So it's the moment that 2 Boeing 747 pilots are, they say, intercepted by several UFOs. No, they were just chilling in the cockpit and happened to see a UFO, and then after a few minutes it's turned into 2, and they're tripping out on it, and then they kind of talked about it after. But we have a video for it. At the end they like talk about their debunking and everything, but you can see what they see. This is the incredible moment 2 airline pilots spot several white UFO orbs during a flight that did not show up on the radar. The video, which was posted on YouTube by Captain Ruud Van Pangerman, shows 2 pilots flying a Boeing 747 from Saudi Arabia to Nigeria. Suddenly, the pair spotted objects that they described as being extremely bright and moving freely in the sky. According to Captain Ruud, the supposed UFO orbs showed up around 30 minutes into the flight after a normal takeoff and cruising. The video, which is titled UFO Intercept Captain Ruud Flight with Boeing 747, ends with the pilot convinced that he has seen a UFO. Before that, we thought it was a light plane, but it wasn't on our radar. We thought maybe it was a star, but the stars didn't move. The UFO light shone for a long time and moved. The pilots can be heard on the clip discussing different theories as to what they saw in the sky. They said they initially thought they were aircraft, but these would show up in the radar, and this did not. The pair then considered drones, but dismissed this theory as well, as drones need to use radar and don't have such bright lights. Their final consideration was satellites, but Captain Rude was not convinced by this idea either due to the way they moved in various ways. However, social media users reacted to the video and were more skeptical of what the pilots saw. One person posted it in response to a version of the clip on Reddit. As an airline pilot, we see these lights just about every late night, early morning flight we do. Oh, I lost my Artigo. They always appear over the same part of the sky, depending on the time and direction we are flying. Captain Root has 32 years of flying experience, according to his Instagram account, has more than 130,000 followers. He works for Max Air, which is a Nigerian airline operating domestic and international flights. The sighting comes after a Pentagon chief admitted last year that UFOs have been spotted all over the world. They then talk about Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, yada yada. You guys say what you think about the video. And you kind of hear them talking, and then at the end they show like some of the pictures with their debunkings. But
Wow. Ooh, very bright now. Wow. Ooh, that's UFO. That's sometimes on, sometimes off, sometimes off again. Right. Yes. Is that the sun? You get it? Okay. Shine.
Which country? Two of them now, same position. Married?
Yeah.
That one is below, right? Oh, wallah.
There's only one. Guys, move. That's you identify flying objects, UFO. Stop there.
Guys, ini bukanlah karangan atau gambar yang dibuat-buat, tapi ini adalah pengalaman saya melihat sesuatu yang aneh atau anomali UFO atau Unidentified Flying Object, benda terbang yang tidak terindikasi. Yang kami lihat memang masih misteri. Benda apakah itu? Berada di angkasa dan menari-nari. Sebelumnya kami menyatakan
I didn't get a word of that at the end there.
I heard UFO.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty weird. You know, like I was saying before, I mean, I've got a friend that's a commercial pilot, and I asked him about UFOs and you ever see anything weird? And he's like, can't talk about that. So that tells me, you know, he could have just said, no, never seen anything. But just the fact that he said, I can't talk about that means, yeah, I've seen all kinds of shit.
That's the NDAs.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Like Jason, that's one of his fears is seeing a UFO while in a plane. But hey, I guess if you're gonna see one, might as well see one up close. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
So this is kind of a dorky one that I got here, but well, I'm gonna do it anyways, you know.
Fired up.
iPhone case unearthed in a Russian Atlantis.
Ooh.
In Russian iPhone case unearthed in Russian Atlantis. Okay.
I didn't know there was a Russian Atlantis.
Yeah. Not really an iPhone case. I'll just cut to the short end of the story. A belt buckle exhibiting a surprisingly familiar shape has been discovered in a dig site in northern Siberia, dating back 2,100 years. 2,100 years. The intriguing rectangular artifact was found in the grave of a woman at one of two burial sites in Siberian territory of Tuya near the Mongolian border. Is that where Mongolian barbecue comes from? That's a bad joke. Anyway, the area is
Wall, Mongolians.
the area is particularly notable due to the fact that it's submerged in water for several months a year, out of the year. Good God. The discovery later went viral after archaeologist Pavel Luce posted photographs on Instagram demonstrating that the object, which is actually a belt buckle, looks rather a lot like an iPhone case. Measuring 7 inches long by 4 inches across, the buckle is actually made of a type of gemstone known as jet, and it is inlaid with a number of small mother of pearl, carnelian, and turquoise beads. It's been nicknamed Natasha's iPhone after the name assigned to the woman in the grave. Burials at both sites include decorations for belts, clothing, beads, pendants, earrings, Chinese Wuzu coins, and Western Han mirrors and their fragments. And I think there's a video here. If I can get her to play. It's just a short one, but it shows the grave and the skeletal remains and all that jazz. Let me see if I can make it work. Remove, add to stage, remove, stop, present, share screen, window. Here we go. Add to the stage. Here we go. Here's the video. Yeah, you see, is that showing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see that's Natasha. She's got a bowl by her head and one over here. And here's her cell phone, belt buckle, whatever
That would have been a big ass Samsung.
Yeah, really. It is pretty there's a shot. There's that's pretty strange looking though. Oh, that's gnarly. Big hole in her head. You know, it's like it does kind of look like an iPhone case. I mean, just kind of strange looking artifact to find back then. I don't know what it is.
It's like that pareidolia, like how our brains are just like made to recognize objects and things.
Yeah.
So like we're so used to seeing phones in that shape and holding it that when we see it, we're like, a phone.
Yeah,
Gotta be a phone.
exactly.
All right, I think I got one last one here right quick to go with our humanoids.
You have been assimilated.
simulation. I forgot the next word I was going to say. Genuinely useful humanoid robots coming next year, says Musk. So they're genuinely useful. Tesla will be putting humanoid robots into production within months, according to the firm's CEO. Elon's recent announcement on Twitter said that Tesla will have genuinely useful humanoid robots in low production for Tesla international use next year. Suggests that robots have the physical human-like characteristics and prove genuinely useful function might be with us soon. Oh, Amazon's going to want to get their hands on some of them. However, despite decades of trying, useful humanoid robots have remained a fiction that never seems to quite catch up with reality. Are we really on the crux of a breakthrough? It's relevant to question whether we really need humanoid robots at all. Tesla's Optimus robot is just one of the several emerging humanoid robots, joining the likes of Boston Dynamics Atlas, Figure AI's Figure 01, Sanctuary AI's Phoenix, and many others. They usually take the form of a bipedal platform that is variously capable of walking and sometimes jumping, along with other athletic feats. On top of this platform, a pair of robot arms and hands may be mounted that are capable of manipulating objects with varying degrees of dexterity and tactility. Behind the eyes lies artificial intelligence tailored to planning navigation, recognizing objects and carrying out tasks with these objects. I picture the Terminator, eyeball thing.
Yeah.
The most commonly envisioned uses for such robots are in factories, carrying out repeating duties, dirty, dull, and dangerous tasks, and working alongside humans, collaboratively carrying a ladder together, for example. So why do you need a robot to carry a ladder with you? They're also proposed to work in service industry roles, and that's seriously taking jobs from people that don't mind maybe doing those dirty jobs.
Yeah.
They're also proposed to work in service industry roles, perhaps replacing the current generation of more say it for me.
Utilitarian.
Meet and greet and tour guide service robots. They could possibly be used in social care, where they've been attempts to lift and move humans, like the Reich and Roe bear. Admittedly, this is more bear than humanoid, and to deliver personal care and therapy. Why would they lift and move humans? Oh, I guess. There's also a more established and growing market in humanoid sex robots. Increasingly, while many people recognize the moral and ethical issues related to these, the use of humanoid robots in other areas seems to attract less controversy. It is, however, proving challenging to deliver humanoid robots in practice. Why should this be so? There are numerous engineering challenges, such as achieving flexible bipedal locomotion on different terrain. It took humans about 4 million years to achieve this, so where we are now with humanoid robots is pretty impressive. But humans learn to combine a complete set of sensing capabilities to achieve this feat. Similarly, achieving the dexterous manipulation of objects, which comes in all shapes, sizes, weights. is proving stubborn with robots. There's been significant progress, though. Compared to the human body that's covered with soft, flexible skin that continuously senses and adapts to the world, robots' tactical capabilities are limited to only a few points of contact, such as fingertips, moving beyond automating specific tasks on factory assembly lines to improvising general tasks in a dynamic world demands greater progress in artificial intelligence, as well as sensing and mechanical capabilities. Finally, if you're going to make a robot like human, then there's an exception that would also need to communicate with us like a human, perhaps even respond emotionally. So this continues to go on, and I have posted this on my page. So if you're interested, you can read the rest of this over there, and I'll put it in the comments on the video. Because I just get more and more into the breakdown of it all.
Man, it's just dang old complicated, you know, man. It's like a dang old Rubik's Cube, man. You like talking about any blue, red, man, then you get to one side and then you like messed up the other side, man.
I thought that was you for a moment. I really did.
Man, that's just like an old man's Rubik's Cube, man. I just never did. Oh, man.
So then I forgot we had the last one to throw in there just because I thought it was weird. And I added this at the way last second. If you can't put it up, it's just a picture of the plane crash in Brazil. But now you guys, I don't know if people are aware of this, but that plane crash in Brazil where like 60 something people had died, 62 or whatever. 7 of those doctors canceled their flights like right beforehand, which is strange. And supposedly they have the black box and stuff now. I haven't had time in the last couple of days to like look into this. But like, I'm wondering, did she really predict this, or did she happen to know one of these people that backed out at the last minute? And, you know, she does have like a really high following. So something tells me she really could have predicted this. But she knows, got to think of everything. It's like, does she know somebody on the inside? Did they tell her, there's going to be this and that? So she told people to, be careful, in this area and like put out a warning. But she's like already a pretty well-known psychic. A self-styled psychic appears to have predicted the catastrophic plane crash in, Sao Paulo. Shailene, a Brazilian influencer dubbed Psychic of the Stars, dropped a bombshell during an Instagram live session last Thursday, August 8, spooking her 15 million followers with a vision of doom. Now, that's a lot of followers. If you're going from Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Curitiba or Rio Grande do Sul, start praying, she warned. I am telling people that I see a plane falling these days with many people on board. She claimed the premonition was almost divine, as if God wanted to show me something. The eerie prediction came 21 minutes into her live stream on August 8th, but she later shared the specific clip in another post. And I had it, but it's all in another language, so I didn't even bother because it's not captioned or nothing. Fast forward to Friday, August 9th, and videos started to emerge of a plane plummeting to the ground close to Sao Paulo, which, let me mention, I noticed the first day, like, it was doing this weird like twirling, like this winding. And a lot of people in comments, I don't know if this is true or not, but they were saying that type of plane shouldn't have fallen in that particular way. I don't know. The twin engine turboprop operated by Brazilian airline Vopas went down in Vendejo, 49 miles north of the city. It had been heading to Sao Paulo's international airport. All 62 people on board, 58 passengers, and 4 crew members tragically lost their lives. The remains of the victims were recovered on Saturday, August 10, and prayers go to them and their families. Miraculously, despite the crash site being within a residential zone, officials confirmed there were no casualties on the ground. A probe into what exactly went wrong is ongoing. Chilean sensation in Brazil and across social media also made a spine-chilling prediction about Rio de Janeiro earlier this year. She claimed, "I have been talking about this tragedy for some time now, and once again, spirituality has revealed to me the imminent danger. The water will swallow Rio de Janeiro as if it were a tsunami, something I have seen repeatedly in my visions." So,
Yeah, you know, who knows? It is pretty weird. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take that flight. Oh, yeah, the one that went down.
I'm really and they had the cancer. I supposedly there was a cure for cancer on there, because these were cancer doctors, and people are like, you know, everybody knows you don't put everybody on the one plane, right? When you have something like that,
Exactly.
and every time they've had a cure for cancer or anything else like that, what happens? They lose the information, right? Like disappears. They confiscate it, but it never shows up again. Just it's one of those things that's a little bit fishy.
Yeah. I don't know, you know, what would Boomhauer say?
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, get in there, talk about www.com, you got them naked chicks on there, man, you go click, 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 it's real easy, man.
Click, 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 real easy, man.
You got them naked chicks on there, man. Really easy.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you know, funny how those things just disappear. Just not a trace. Sorry, we misplaced. Sorry, we lost those records.
Yeah, we took all your shit and lost it. You know, highly sensitive documents that were so important. We had to take them from you, but we plumb forgot where we put them.
It's like, who really has all of Tesla's work, you know?
Just like I say with like the people at the top, you know, it comes down to the creeps at the top. There's got to be more than one, because not just one knows the whole thing. There has to at least be one or two that know the whole picture up there.
Oh, yeah.
Can't just be one.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah. Guy that really made the car that ran on hydrogen and water, and yeah, he just conveniently died.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
I got this grand idea. I got this grand idea that's going to change the world. Nah, I think I'll just commit suicide instead.
Right before I even get to help humanity.
Yeah.
I put my life into this work, and now I'm just going to kill myself.
I'm just going to kill myself. I don't want to share it with anybody.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
Take it to the grave with me.
I changed my mind.
That was then. This is now. Yeah. That's the way it rolls. Nothing Here, move along. Nothing fishy going on here. Move along.
Nothing to see here.
I got one of them old daggum old clickety click videos here to play.
Oh, good. I'm still waiting for my Vivian Night. What is it?
Vivian Knight, yeah. Vivian Knight. I went to school with that girl. She was crazy. Oh, Vivian
But
Knight.
thing that sucks is it came from Hong Kong, and I didn't know it was coming from Hong Kong. And it was like unit stress, and then it's like, oh, it just gave you your new tracking number once it got in the U.S. But I haven't always been screwed by that, so this might be legit.
Me ship you a long time.
Me ship you long time.
Okay, here we go.
This week's crystal of the week is agarine. What? How do you say that? What is agarine? And the pronunciation of that is
agarine.
Yeah. Anyways, agarine, also known as acmite, is a sodium iron silicate mineral commonly formed in the alkali-rich volcanic rock. It was discovered in 1835 in Norway, and it got its name from Ager, the Scandinavian god of the sea. Agarine has been seen as black, dark green, or brown, and can be found in Russia, Canada, South Africa, and the USA. Some of the meaning and energy behind agarine. It's a very strong stone that operates on a high vibrational frequency. It aids in clearing and protecting, especially that of which is filled with negative energy. It's a confidence-driven stone that will help with anyone who is feeling a lack of self-love or appreciation. By helping you realize how strong you truly are, you'll be able to attract the positive energy you may not have realized was even around you. Agarine is a healing stone and will greatly improve one's mental health. It will assist in breaking you out of tireless daily routines that are filled with negativity and push you towards focusing on yourself. For anyone who's struggling with an addiction of any sorts, agarine will bring out the strength from deep within that may have been buried beneath internal imbalances. Some good crystal pairings. There's a lot of stones that work well with agarine. One is moldavite. The strength of both of these stones activates and aligns all chakras and is extremely powerful in banishing negative energies and entities. Agarine can also be found with nebula stone, along with a combination of other minerals. Using agarine nebula crystals together will combine their powers for endless possibilities. So there's just a little bit about this week's crystal of the week, agarine. There you go. There you have it. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with a new one soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, that dang old onion soup powder, man, you just put out that little bit of that, you don't need no grilled onions, man.
Oh my God. I need to stop it. Boomhauer cracks me up.
Just stop it, man.
I need to never spell that.
That is spelled A.
A.
It is spelled AEGIRINE.
A dang old agarine, man.
It's not too terribly expensive. Here's some right here. Let's see if I can add this to the stage. Remove, stop screen, present, share screen.
It almost looked like my rhyolite sphere.
There's some right there. Not all of that. I'm assuming you get one piece of that for $3.40.
See, it almost looked like one of those. Where's the red? Can't really see the red.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's not bad to be able to make a little necklace out of it or something.
Yeah. Select an option. 3 to 6 centimeters. How big is it? There's a picture with a hand. That's not bad. It's a necklace.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, that's definitely a pendant size.
Yeah. You
Have
can
that
get
around your neck.
big old Staba piece here. Rare find. $45 for that junk.
And sometimes you can just like make charms out of all these like small pieces like that. I'll put it on a silver ring, and then you have your chain, and then you can stack the crystals together like on your chain. Like if you want like a moldavite with that day, or mix this with that, you get like a little combo matchup.
Yeah. This piece for $20. $20.90. Rare find. Somebody's got one in the cart now. Let's see what the video shows it looking like. That there's a nice little shard of a green.
It looks like sharded.
Did you sharded?
It's sharded. Tourmaline sharded.
Yeah, it reminds me of black tourmaline, exactly.
Where does it originate?
What did it say? Russia. It can be found in the U.S. too.
This rainbow, not rainbow moonstone, rainbow obsidian that I have.
Yeah.
I forgot that you can actually get that in California. Like, there's obsidian, lots of obsidian. I have like lots of obsidian that I've caught myself out here. But I forgot we actually have places to actually find this type of rainbow moonstone or obsidian. So I really need to go on a crystal trip very bad. I need to go to Angels Camp, and I need to go start checking my lists off again. It's just gas and trying to afford to upkeep my tires in my car.
Yeah. God, I told you about having to get 2 tires, didn't I?
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Jesus, Mary and Joseph went to Costco, and we had a flat tire. And I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. We're at Costco. We can get a cheap tire, right? Yeah, the only problem, they didn't have cheap tires to fit my car. They had BF Goodrich 80,000 mile spiffy tires that were 2 of them cost me damn near $400.
Oh, not the Costco special you were hoping for.
No. My last tires I got from Walmart, and I got all 4 of them for like $360 or something. But yeah, well, at least I got 2 nice tires.
Yeah. I gotta get my friends. I don't want to jinx, because I got those bags again. I had one that popped, but they had 2 in stock, and they gave me a deal on it, everything. But it was like right then the ones they had were like expensive ones. Like, well, we had a sale, yeah. It's like, man, I didn't want to get like this. Like, I just wanted like a cheaper tire, but
yeah,
didn't really have much of a choice since I had to ride on the donut there, and it's not a good donut.
Yeah.
And used my toe, so I ended up just getting it. But I have to get tires on my front. I don't want to jinx myself.
Yeah, exactly.
But you would shit yourself if you looked at what I'm driving on.
Really? I've driven on some pretty bad ones. I know that feeling.
My dad would kick my ass all over it. What the hell are you doing? And thinking, well, I was either that or lose, have to make a choice I wouldn't want to have to make only on the reason of money.
Yeah. Yeah, I went in Walmart yesterday, and I was like kind of rushing. I went in, and then Darcy texted me, and she was going to get off early. So I'm running around Walmart trying to get the stuff that I needed. I got up to the cashier. I went through the line with like a real live person, and she's ringing me up, and I stuck my hand in my pocket, and
Oh no.
my driver's license and my bank card and some cash, like with a hair tie like wrapped around it. Like, this is my own stupidity. Like, this is my wallet, basically. It's cards with a hair tie wrapped around it. And I had a wad of money, and I pulled my cards out, and I'm like, oh shit, my money's gone. So I'm like, I had $200 like from band money the other night. And I'm like freaking out, looking for it, looking on, checking my pockets. I'm like, kind of have this look of panic in my face, and the cashier was like, you okay, honey? You look like you seen a ghost. And I'm like, yeah, I look like I'm lost $200 in here somewhere. And I was freaking out.
Oh my God, like the gut kick.
Yeah. So I left, and I got out to the car, and I threw my stuff in the car, and I'm like, shit, where's my phone? I'm like, I got in the car and I started it up, and my music was playing. So I'm like, well, my phone's obviously in the car somewhere.
Oh.
So I started leaving, and then my music quit, and it was like, like I was going out of range. So then I realized my phone's not in the car. I left my phone in Walmart, so I had to go find the parking ticket. I go back in, and I walk up to the cashier, and she sees me, and she's like, "Yeah, you come back. I'm glad you came back. It's over there in the whatever customer service area." Which
oh my God, no way!
Yeah, it was after 8:00, so there's nobody in the customer service area. It was like 10:00. So now I'm thinking, shit, now I'm definitely going to be late picking Darcy up from work. And I have no way to call her because my phone is back there somewhere. So I'm kind of like looking all back there, over the counter and stuff. And finally this girl comes up and she's like, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah. I said, I left my phone up here, and the cashier told me it's over here. And she's like, what register were you at? And I go out, I look, and I'm like, I was at 18. And she's like, what color's your phone? I'm like, I don't know. It's in a black case. I can't remember what color it is because I never see it because it's in a case. And she's like, what's your screensaver? Or what's your
lock screen?
Yeah. And I was like, it's got a picture of a dog on it. What color's the dog? It says brown.
Oh,
it's the one that died last week. That's the dog that's on my phone. So she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, here. So yeah, so I didn't lose my money. I ended up coming home, and I found it in my other car at home.
Oh, good. I was so hoping she was going to be like, and did you happen to lose something else too?
Yeah. But yeah,
Do you know what my dumbass did yesterday? I had the window down, the driver's side. I went to the store, and I jump out because it's like, that time where they start spraying again for the fall. They always start like the big regular cloud seeding without the extra projects always starts mid-September to mid-October. And since the heat wave the last like 2 months out here, which is basically less hot than regular summer out here, they haven't been spraying. They've just been using the chemicals that are already in the sky. And you can see the radio waves that push them together to make these fake clouds here and there. But I started seeing them putting the grids up again. I'm like, oh, these little fuckers are doing it early now. So I put my car in park. I had grabbed my card to stick in my wallet and then went to stick my wallet under my seat because I don't like to walk around with the wallet. And just jumped out of the car to take a picture real quick before the wind blew the stripes. Anyhow, I had my stuff, didn't think about it, went into the store. Came out, as I'm walking, I see my window down. I'm like, oh, fuck. Not only that, but I didn't even have my wallet all the way underneath the chair as it goes. It rolled out because all the coupons in it. It was on the floorboard. It was like on my floor. Like you walk right up to that window, you look down, and my wallet was right there.
Oh man,
I got so fucking lucky, and I cannot believe I did that because I'm usually so careful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's where my money was when I got home. It was in my other car on the dashboard, and my car wasn't locked and the windows were rolled down. There's $200 sitting there. And then we went to leave the other night, and Darcy like looked over. I've got, a little Kia Soul, and then I've got the Kia Sedona van, which is the band van that's got all my music, PA, and all that gear in it. And she's like, did you mean to have the door open? My whole side door was just wide open. I was getting ready to leave the house, and I'm like, yeah, why not? Just open the door and just invite them to come
With
take
your
off.
gear?
Yeah. Door's wide open. It's like midnight. Such a dumbass.
I hate that feeling when you wake up and you're okay. Like you wake up and see your garage door was like open all night or something.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you just
I've done that
immediately think of all the things that could have gone wrong. And so then you
Yeah.
have these panic attacks, but you're like, okay, I've checked everything. Everything's okay. But then you have like these anxiety attacks of like what could have happened.
Yeah.
I am such a dipshit.
Yep. I've left my garage door open before, all night. Jeez. Ricky Retardo.
Jeff would do that all the time with his key fob because like he'd have his keys in his pocket, so many goddamn
Yeah.
keys.
Yeah.
He'd open the damn garage door all the time.
Yep. Yeah. And, bad about like I go to close it, and my garage door has a thing where, a lot of times it'll close all the way except for about that far. And there'll be like a leaf in the way. And it'll, come back up. So I think I close the door and walk away, and it's wide open.
No.
Got my amps in the garage and my e-bikes and all that. Doors wide open. Good going, dumbass. Well, anyways.
Oh, I'm glad your car got repaired, Linda.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Too many damn electronics, exactly. What happens to just the good old days of cars? You know what I miss about cars? It's kind of stupid, but I miss
Being able
those.
to drive them?
Yeah, I miss those triangle vent windows that you could just open and it would just be like, you just get a blast of air. I used to love those little triangle vent windows.
Like the little cigarette windows.
Yeah, I miss those.
Why did they take those out?
I don't know. That was the turn on the AC. Oh yeah, it's open the window going 55. That was the AC.
Mm-hmm.
Those little triangle windows, man, they work great until they got all wore out, and then they would like go. Yeah, Craig, I used to never lock my door, when I was growing up. It wasn't no big deal. Nobody gonna break in, but not nowadays. even out there in the country where I lived, and the door was hardly ever locked. And then they started building all these fancy new houses out there, which had, a bunch of teenage kids. And funny how all these fancy, expensive $1 million houses showed up, and then people's shit started disappearing.
Dadgum kids. Damn little whippersnappers.
Whacking off my tool shed.
You boys been whacking in my tool shed.
I'm
allergic to the top coat. My gel top coat. I've got like the UV lamp nail thing and everything. But there's a certain gel top coat, and it goes around my cuticles, and it just starts to itch like all hell. I was like, I just want to take the file and just rub Vicks all over it.
Do you do the UV light stuff or just the air dry stuff?
I get the gel, the UV curing.
Yeah.
So I've got like this little baggie here. That you can put your hands in and.
Yeah, I have that same light. I don't use it for
I was using my black lights, like an actual black light, was curing it until it popped and didn't work anymore. And then I had the little flashlight one, this little hand flashlight one, and it take a while to cure like each nail. And then I just said, screw it. That thing was on sale. I got that, and I can cure other things in it, like resins and such.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
but I'm
that
gonna
same
make
light.
cute little ideas. In those, I have those little bottles
Yeah.
with the corks, and how I make little ghosties. Like, here's like one of my little ghosties, but it has a balloon. Anyways, I'm going to make little tiny ghosts, glow in the dark ghosties, and put them in the little bottle, and then have little certificates to adopt the ghostie.
Oh, there you go.
So then it's like a little pendant with like a little glow in the dark little ghostie in it. Just for fun. So I'm trying to think how I'm going to get it in the bottle all of a sudden.
Oh.
Those ones aren't for sale right now. He was a personal ghostie.
Cool. Spirits. What's Hank have to say about the spirits?
We of the Order of the Straight Arrow call upon the spirit Wamatanye.
Wamatanye. Don't they kill a hawk like an eagle?
I think so.
The spirit of Wamatanye.
Well, groovy. We made it through another weird Wednesday.
Nice to be back after like a week off this and 2 weeks off para. Feels like it's been a while.
Definitely.
Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
I'm delirious.
I am too. I'm like looking behind me. I'm like, what is that? No, that's not a cat jumping down. That's like the lights moving on the corner of the curtain.
Yeah. Well, I reckon we're going to head on down the road here.
I will do so.
probably see you on Sunday for Paranormal Soup. I have no idea who Jason's having on.
He was
Artist?
still scheduling it last time.
Yeah, didn't know. So it's mystery guest. But other than that, I guess we'll catch you later. And thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll see you on the next Weird Wednesday, which will be Wednesday a week from now.